All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex Favor, Developer Relations at Super Team Nigeria. I have 20 minutes to present this slide, and I'm going to make it quick, understandable, and something everybody will relate with. I'm going to be talking about building on Solana, right? Developer's Guide to Building on Solana. And it's not just going to be a developer's guide to building on Solana. I'm actually going to talk about opportunities and things that are out there for everyone that is a developer out here. But before I start, I want to know like the kind of audience I have here. So if you're a developer, can you just maybe wave your hand? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So basically my audience are technically here. Okay, no problem. Can you get the slide up? So developer's guide to building on Solana, right? So Solana. Everybody have been talking about Solana. If you go on Twitter, you'll be hearing about Super Team Nigeria. So I'm talking about Super Team N. So what's this whole force? What's this whole buzz, right? So Solana is actually a high performance blockchain platform built for decentralized application. Me personally, I call it a consumer application, right? A consumer blockchain, in the sense that I don't think I've actually come across any blockchain that you could actually have a lot of tools, a lot of protocols that will help you to actually build scalable applications. So we'll come to this. So application and cryptocurrencies known for its scalability, low transaction cost, and fast processing times. So some of the key features of Solana includes high scalability, and some of the things that actually make it to be highly scalable is we talk about Gulf Stream, which helps you to actually broadcast transactions even before your validators start building a block. And we also have Turbine that actually helps to actually cut down these data packs and share it across to the validators. So it's more of the Turbine actually does something that you call, when it shreds the data, it actually passes to validators and then it gets built back and all that. So we have low transaction cost. So low transaction cost, when I'm talking about low transaction cost, now let's take, for example, I am building, okay, let's say I'm the owner of Chowdeck, right? And we have like 1,000 people coming to use my applications. Somebody who wants to order a food of 1,000 Naira cannot be spending 2,000 Naira to check out his order because they're charging him transaction fees. But with Solana, you can actually do this transaction and it will cost you not even up to 1 Naira. The average transaction fee that you pay on Solana is 0.00005 Sol, which is not up to 0.001 cent and not up to 1 Naira. So fast confirmation time, by the time I send my transaction and I walk 5 steps to here, it's already confirmed. And these are some of the features that you get when you build on Solana. So another thing I'm going to talk about is programming languages used for writing and integrating with Solana. So I've actually been opportune to listen to some others speak and all that. Solana have this low barrier to entry, right? Which is JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, Rust, and C. And the majority of people that we have here, trust me, nobody will say that is building or is a developer here that don't have the basic knowledge of JavaScript. If you're a web developer here and you write C or you write with all I call it COBOL, let me see your hand here. Nobody, but if you can write JavaScript, let me see your hand. You can write TypeScript, let me see your hand. So that's a very low barrier to entry. If 5 persons in this audience can write JavaScript, it's already a low barrier to entry, right? You can interact with your Solana programs. You can interact with, because we call smart contract programs on Solana, right? So you interact with Solana programs with TypeScript. You can also build your own programs with Rust and interact with them with TypeScript. So when you can write TypeScript, you can also write JavaScript. It's just that TypeScript is what more type. And then you have Python. So you have packages that you can use to interact with Python. Sorry, you have packages on Python that you can use to interact with Solana, and you can also write programs in C. So these are some of the programming languages that you can use to interact with Solana, right? Development tools, yes. So I've been talking about low barrier to entries. So we are not going to do any live coding session here, or maybe show a lot of code. But now I just want to talk about like some of the development tools that you could use to actually build products on Solana. And then we have Solana CLI, the same way you have your Bash that you can use to interact with your You can use to interact with your terminal. That's the same way you have some of these scripts that you can also use to interact directly to the Solana blockchain. And you also have Solana Web3.js. Other platforms have their own NPM packages that you can also use to interact with their own blockchain. That's the same way we have Solana Web3.js. So it's basically a JavaScript library that you use to build decentralized applications on Solana. And then we have Anchor. So when you want to write Solana programs, some of the basic requirements people will be talking about is something like, do you know how to write Rust? Trust me, a lot of us, when we start writing Rust, like maybe we just start writing Rust, we might not really have that ease of writing Solana programs. This is where you have something like Anchor. Anchor is like a framework, the same way we have you have Next, right? That is a framework of what do you call it? React. It's the same way you have Anchor that you can also use to do what? Interact with to build on top of Rust to do these whole programs that you want to do on Solana. So just take Rust as something that will get all these macros, get some of these dependencies that you need, and provide you with the basic minimum that will help you to build your basic programs on Solana. So some of us might call it smart contract, but on Solana we call it programs. So another thing I'm going to be talking about is, some top programs and technologies on Solana. So I'll also talk about some that are not here. We have Metaplex token program. So to build your normal tokens on Solana, you have to use what you call your SPL token program, right? Now we also have like, not an official standard for NFTs, right? But we actually have this standard that everybody have accepted that we actually use to build programs on tokens on Solana. And when I talk about tokens, we all should accept that NFTs are also tokens, right? The same way that your normal tokens are also tokens. The difference is the non-fungible in it, right? So now the Metaplex token program helps you to actually deploy NFTs, put in NFT metadata, standalone metadata, put in core NFTs and the rest. So with this, you should have the ease to build your normal tokens on Solana with the help of your normal basic TypeScript, right? Normal basic JavaScript. You could also use some of their endpoints. They have they have SDKs. They also have programs that you can interact with on Rust. So we now have Solana Pay. A lot of us here know when we talk about e-commerce, right? You want to check out, you want to do payment on delivery, you want your customer to feel like he's actually making use of a normal Web2 application. Now that is where Solana Pay comes in. I can buy this product, I can buy that product, and what I'll basically do is to please scan this, and when the person scans, he checks out and the transaction is settled. As easy as that. That's what Solana Pay does. So we now have actions and blinks, and that's actually the most one I want to talk about, because this is basically, I'm on Twitter and I'm carrying out blockchain transactions. I'm on WhatsApp and I'm buying my token. I'm on Instagram and I'm doing a lot of things. You don't need to move me away from my application for me to be able to interact with the blockchain. This is with the power of actions and blinks. So actions and blinks basically brings Solana transactions to wherever you are in your application. Say you are on WhatsApp. I can't be leaving WhatsApp where I'm watching my sweet status videos or whatever to go to Jupiter to go and be buying tokens. No, bring it to me under my status. I'll buy it there and I'll keep on watching my videos. That's the power of actions and blinks. The same thing that will happen on Instagram. The same thing that will happen on Twitter. We can't be dragging somebody and telling me to go and be buying meme coins. Give it to me there on Twitter and I'll buy it there and I'll continue doing what I want to do. So we have SPL token programs. The same thing I've talked about on the Metaplex token program. We have Jito bundles. Jito bundles helps to actually forward these transactions. Maybe you want to let's talk about you buying, selling, or all these sandwiches that people do. But now I think it has been discontinued due to the way people are actually making use of it. But there are a lot of things you can actually use Jito bundles to do. So we have a lot of programs or a lot of toolings that you can actually use to build your decentralized applications on Solana. So are you still having issues starting on Solana? That's the next question. If you are still having issues starting on Solana, so these are some of the opportunities that are out there that could actually help to kickstart whatever you want to do on Solana. Say I'm a newbie and I want to get known. Say I'm an intermediate programmer and I want to switch to start building on Solana. How do I get started, right? That's the question everybody will want to ask. We have hackathons. We have free bootcamps. You can join developer DAOs, right? But I'll be talking more about the hackathons due to the fact that there's already an ongoing hackathon. And the hackathon I'm going to be talking about is the Solana Radar hackathon. So the Solana Radar hackathon is actually an annual hackathon. It's not like, okay, the Solana Radar hackathon is an annual hackathon that Solana actually does, right? So Radar seems to be, Radar is the topic of this current hackathon that is ongoing. The one that just ended, the one that just ended was called Colosseum, right? But this one is called Radar. And then there are a lot of prizes to be won across decentralized physical infrastructures. That is DePIN, DeFi, DAOs, payments, infrastructure, gaming and consumer applications. So we already know that when you talk about DeFi, is how you ease payment, is how you ease finance, bringing out traditional finance and bringing them to the blockchain. Let's say how I can maximize earning on the blockchain, right? How I'll interact with this application and increase my APY, APR and all that. What are you going to build that is going to make ease of building on Solana, on DeFi? If you can participate on that track, they have $75,000 up for grabs. First position, 25, second position, 15, third position, 10,000, fourth position, what I know that the fifth position is $5,000. So same thing across the PIN, DAOs and network states, payments. How can you ease payments? We have the gaming track and the infrastructure track. So the next one I'm going to be talking about is the side tracks. Now, Nigeria as a whole, because some of us will be like, okay, I'm in Nigeria, and how can I be competing with people from US? How can I be competing with people from India? These people are badass. So how can I actually participate and still get to earn, right? Okay, I got you. We have Radar Demo Day in Nigeria, and we have a side track of $10,000. So if you can actually build the next level application on Solana and you're in Nigeria, and there is actually $10,000 up for grabs for you, right? And then we also have a Solflare demo video. You demo your videos using the Solflare wallet, right? You actually have a $13,000 worth of prizes up for you. So all you have to do is, there is a QR code that was meant to be here. You're meant to scan it and then download your Solflare wallet, and then that's all. So lastly, okay, yeah, so you can scan the QR code to download the Solflare wallet. And then the last slide. So to participate for the Radar Global Hackathon, all you have to do is to scan this QR code, register, create your account, and then you start building. But before I conclude, we actually have a group where developers, writers, designers, where everybody can come, ask their questions. Wherever you have issues, we help you get those things sorted out. So my name is Alex Favor, Developer Relations for Spartim Nigeria. I think I made justice to do everything here.
You made it in time. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alex. Please, a round of applause once again for Alex.